All right, guys, so this chapter has a very unique title, and it is like a common phrase called keep your pants on. And so just so you know, the phrase keep your pants on kind of means sometimes when we're talking like hold your horses or calm down, be patient. And so the title of chapter 17 is keep your pants on. I'm doing much better at keeping pace with Mrs. Brooke at recess. She says that I don't look like I'm marching in step anymore, so it's much more natural. And she says that it shows a lot of finesse. I smile until she says the next thing. Caitlin, your dad is worried that you might not understand that Devin is not alive anymore. He tells me you say Devin says this or Devin does that as if he is still alive. Well, I do say that, but it doesn't mean that I think he's still alive. He was alive when he said those things, though. Your dad said you want Devin to take you shopping. I do. But Devin can't take you shopping. Do you understand that? Yes, but he asked what I want, and that's what I want. I know I can't have it. I see. When you're talking with your dad about Devin, you might want to make it clear that you understand that he's now gone. Will that make Dad happy? I think so, yes. Fine, I'll try. Mrs. Brooke smiles. You know what? You're starting to show empathy, she says. I am? You feel for your dad. You know that he's hurting and you want to make him happy. That's wonderful. I nod, even though I'm not sure I completely understand. She starts talking about friends again, but I stop her. I already made one, I tell her. In fact, I have 7 little dwarf friends. She tilts her head and then shakes it. I'm talking about real people, Caitlin. Me too. They're first graders. I think. At least Michael is. She does her turtleneck jerk. Michael Schreider? I don't know. He wears around a red Potomatic Nationals baseball cap. He often does, Caitlin. Do you remember of the teacher who was killed at the middle school? Of course. Her name was Roberta L. Schneider. And then I think about Michael's last name. Oh, are they related? I ask. Mrs. Brooke nods. The teacher who was killed in the middle school shooting was Michael's mother. Pause. So are you guys seeing that connection? Michael's mother was killed in the shooting. Caitlin's brother was killed in the shooting. Caitlin's brother Devin was in Michael's mom's class, and both of them died in the school shooting. And now Michael and Caitlin are friends. I knew his mother was dead, but I didn't know that she was shot like Devin. Is that why he was at the memorial service? Yes, I think all of us were at the memorial service. We're a small town. It's like we're one big happy family, but still, how odd for you to find each other. It's not odd, I say. I'm at little kid recess now, remember? And he was crying the first time I saw him, so I was being nice to him, and he knew about Devin. He said that I was the weirdo who... The what? Miss Brooke jerks her neck. He didn't really mean weirdo. He said he was sorry. He's nice, and so am I, and so it's not odd for us to be friends. She smiles. You're right. I think you and Michael have a very important friendship. Me too. I'm glad I have stickers and gummy worms for him. When at little kid recess, I give Michael more planet stickers and all the gummy worms in my pocket. Thanks, he looks at the worms. What are their names? I start to name them, but then I stop. You can name them. He grins. He dangles the orange one in front of me and then the red. This is Henry and this is Mudge. Like the book, I say. He nods. And these 2 green ones are Frog and Toad. Have you ever read those books? I have all of those books, I say. Me too, he says. Hey, guess what? What? My teacher says we're getting 5th grade reading buddies. Will you be my buddy? I haven't heard anything about 5th grade buddies. I don't know if I'm doing it. Maybe they're doing it during first recess when I have Mrs. Brooke time. He shakes his head. Nope, it's at the end of the day, and it starts Thursday. Oh, I wonder if Mrs. Johnson told us and I just wasn't listening. Sometimes that happens a lot. Hey, guess what? Michael says. It's Tyler's birthday, and we got cookies with gummy bears on them. Lucky. And he's having a skating party on Saturday. What kind of party are you having? Huh? I say. You said your birthday is next month. It is. So what kind of party are you having? I don't have parties. Oh, Michael said. Then what will you do? Oh, excuse me. Then what do you do? Well, I say, I go to the mall with my brother. His Bambi eyes open wide, and he doesn't say anything for a few seconds. Isn't your brother dead? He says. Yes, but I still want to go to the mall with him. He nods slowly. I know. I still want to do stuff with my mom, too. I feel glowy and warm because Michael gets it. My dad doesn't get it, I tell him. My dad doesn't get it either, Michael says. Does he still just want to play football? Michael sighs. All the time. So, pause. Michael's staff is, Michael's dad is like avoiding the subject. So anytime that Michael brings something like this up or wants to talk about closure, remember, Michael's dad goes, hey, let's play football. So he has to avoid the topic. Your dad must really like football. Yeah, I don't think he's very good at it though. Why not? I heard my grandma say that he's keeping his head up, but soon he's going to crash and burn. I turn and I look at the person. You mean in a car accident? Michael looks at the person too. No, it means he's going to be really bad at something. My grandmother says that kind of stuff all the time. She says shake a leg when she wants you to hurry, or perk up your ears when she wants you to listen, or be a doll when she wants you to get her a glass of iced tea. I can't help but giggling. I try to picture a doll holding a glass of iced tea. Michael laughs too. Want to know my favorite thing she says? When she wants you to be patient, she says, keep your pants on. I laugh too. Why would you take your pants off? I don't know, he howls, and we laugh and laugh and laugh until the bell rings. When I get home, I remember what Mrs. Brooks said about Dad and Devin, and I have a plan to make everything okay. I sit on the sofa, and I start talking about Devin a lot, except I don't call him Devin more. I call him Devin who is dead, until Dad asks me to stop. But that's his name, I said to Dad. No, his name is Devin. No, his name was Devin, I say. Now it's Devin who is dead. That's different from the other Devin. That Devin was alive, and you thought I was confused, but I'm not, because I know that Devin is dead. That is why I'm calling him Devin who is dead. And you'll get used to it. No, I won't, Dad says. I feel like crying every time you say it. Even if I say it 50 times? Yes. Even 100 times? Yes. Even 1,000 times? Caitlin, I get upset even thinking about it, so I will definitely feel like crying every time you say it. I'm only saying it because you're upset that I think Devin is still alive, so I'm showing you that I get it and I know that Devin is dead. Dad shakes his head and he leaves the living room. I stare at the chest that Devin started making and I wish for the millionth time that Devin were here, because even when I try to get it, I still don't get it. So what is Caitlin trying to get here? What is the disconnect between Caitlin and her dad? Take a second to jot down your thinking in your journal, and we're going to talk about this in live lessons next.